Do you feel tired even after sleeping well? Does your energy seem to be fading over time? The truth is that many common eating mistakes may be quietly draining your vitality, and most people over 60 can't even imagine. In this video, we reveal the biggest saboteurs of your energy and show you how to change that with simple, natural, and accessible habits. Discover what you may be eating that increases tiredness, how to correct your diet with practical examples, the foods that restore your energy, disposition, and mental focus, and most importantly, how to set up your eating routine to age with vitality and independence. Your health starts with the plate, and there's still time to change. Watch now and start the transformation today. Like the video, this helps spread quality information. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new tips. You wake up, get out of bed, and then feel your body slower. That disposition that seemed to come naturally before now takes time to appear. He goes to the kitchen, prepares the usual coffee, maybe a white bread with margarine, a strong coffee, maybe an industrialized juice in a hurry to put something healthy on the table. But what no one told you is that right now, you may be starting the day already emptying your energy, without realizing it, without wanting to, but with real consequences. Many elderly people feel this lack of vitality and attribute it only to age. But the truth is that the problem is much more related to what is put on the plate than to the number of candles on the cake. And the most common mistakes are so subtle that they go unnoticed even by those who try to eat well. One of the main silent saboteurs of energy is the excessive consumption of ultra-processed foods disguised as healthy. Cereal bars, ready-made sugar-free juices, whole grain crackers, and even breakfast cereals that promise fiber, all of which can contain large amounts of dyes, preservatives, artificial sweeteners, and inflammatory fats. The body, already naturally with a slower metabolism after 60, needs clean fuel. And that's not what he gets when he digests substances that hinder more than help. Another mistake is to skip meals or eat too little for fear of gaining weight. This has become a habit in many seniors, especially those who started to worry about their weight later in life. But by doing so, the body goes into economy mode. It slows down calorie burning, reduces the energy supply to the muscles, and even compromises brain function. The consequence? Constant tiredness, difficulty concentrating, and feeling weak even without having made an effort. But perhaps the most insidious of all mistakes is the lack of protein in the diet. After the age of 60, the body needs even more protein to maintain muscle mass, regenerate tissues, and support the immune system. Many believe that a little piece of meat for lunch is already good, but studies show that inadequate protein intake is directly linked to loss of strength, a drop in immunity, and an increase in feelings of fatigue. And this is not only true for meat, eggs, fish, low-fat cheeses, natural yogurts, and even legumes such as lentils and chickpeas are essential sources. But unfortunately, many elderly people hardly put them on their plates. And it's not just about what we eat, but also how we eat it. Chewing too fast, having meals in front of the television, not paying attention to the taste, satiety, the moment. All of this affects how the brain interprets food. And when the brain doesn't quite understand what's going on, it doesn't send the right signals to the body. Result: digestion is impaired, the absorption of nutrients is compromised, and the feeling of satiety does not come, which leads to more hunger, more mistakes, more tiredness. Many people still believe that eating is just a matter of filling the stomach. But in old age, food is no longer just fuel. It becomes a tool for healing, energy, and even independence. Eating wrong can mean more falls, more pain, more medicine. Eating right, on the other hand, can mean more walks, more memory, more will to live. And do you know what else contributes to this invisible picture of exhaustion? Silent dehydration. Many elderly people simply forget to drink water or think they are not thirsty. But the truth is that over the years, the natural thirst mechanism weakens. And when there is a lack of water, the blood thickens, circulation is compromised, the intestine freezes, and the brain works at idle. The person starts the day already in the red, and all this because they have not had a simple glass of water. Now you may be wondering, but what can I do then if everything seems wrong? The good news is that the body, even older, still responds with gratitude to good choices. Imagine a body that has spent decades fighting, working, caring for others, facing sleepless nights, stress, and pain, and now only asks for one thing: balance. And this balance starts with the plate. The energy you feel, or lack of it, is directly linked to how you feed this body that has already given so much for you. The good news is that correcting dietary errors does not require fancy recipes or absurd expenses. It only requires awareness. The first major change starts with the inclusion of quality protein in every meal. This means that, instead of leaving protein only for lunch, it is necessary to distribute it throughout the day. A breakfast with scrambled eggs or a natural yogurt with chia and oatmeal, for example, already activates the metabolism early in the morning. At lunch, value lean meats, fish such as sardines or tuna, and grains such as beans and lentils. For dinner, a vegetable soup with shredded chicken or a light omelet may be enough to fuel your muscles, brain, and energy without weighing you down. Another essential point is what we call smart carbohydrates. Many still live in fear of carbohydrates, but the problem is not rice, bread, or potatoes, but the refined, processed, nutrient-empty version. White bread, polished rice, and floury crackers only raise blood sugar, cause energy spikes followed by sudden drops, and make a person more tired than they were before eating. Replacing them with brown rice, sweet potatoes, cassava, oatmeal, and sourdough breads completely changes the energy curve of the day. You feel more stable, lighter, and more willing. And there are also the invisible fatties that steal your vitality little by little: margarine, refined vegetable oils, constant fried foods, and sausages such as sausage and ham. These fats cause silent inflammation in the cells, hinder the work of the liver, and generate that swelling that seems to have no explanation. Swapping these foods for sources of good fat such as avocados, extra virgin olive oil, nuts, flax seeds, and fatty fish such as sardines can have an immediate effect on your mood and even mood. By the way, the intestine also enters this energy equation. A constipated, inflamed, or dysregulated gut affects the production of serotonin, a neurotransmitter essential for well-being. If you live with constipation, a swollen belly, slow digestion, you can be sure your energy will be sucked mercilessly. The solution? More real fiber, unpeeled fruits, raw vegetables, leafy greens, oatmeal, flaxseed, and lots of water. It's no use eating fiber and not drinking water. They need hydration to fulfill their function. Another silent mistake is the excess of hidden sugar. It's in the tomato sauce, in the boxed juice, in the zero-fat products that compensate with a lot of sweetener, in the fitness snacks full of glucose syrup. And all that sugar generates chronic inflammation, insulin spikes, and that exhaustion that comes without warning. The body is on constant alert trying to balance this excess. When you cut out the hidden sugar, the brain will thank you, sleep improves, energy remains stable, and the feeling of well-being settles in as a relief. And let's not forget the lack of essential micronutrients, especially B vitamins, magnesium, vitamin D, and iron. Deficiency of these elements is common after the age of 60, and it steals energy silently. You feel dizzy when you get up, your legs feel heavy, your memory fails, sleep is not restorative. Often, a simple dietary correction or guided supplementation can return all of this. And the best, without the need for expensive medicines or radical changes. With small changes to the menu, the transformation can be surprising. A 68-year-old woman who started including eggs in her coffee, cutting out sodas, and drinking more water reported that in just 2 weeks, her leg pain subsided and her willingness to walk improved. A 72-year-old man exchanged white bread for sweet potatoes and started to sleep better, with less heartburn and more lightness when he woke up. These are the effects that you don't see on food labels, but feel on your skin, in your mood, in your body. And when the body begins to respond, comes the desire to continue, to live longer and better. Now that you understand the mistakes that silently drain your energy every day, it's time to set up, in a practical way, a new eating routine that restores vigor, well-being, and mental clarity. It is not a fad diet, nor rigid rules that take away the pleasure of eating. It's about feeding the body intelligently. something that anyone over 60 can do with what they already have at home. Let's start with breakfast, the first fuel of the day. No skipping this meal or just having a black coffee on the run. This only cheats hunger and exhausts the body quickly. Instead, try a simple but powerful combination. 2 scrambled eggs with olive oil and oregano, a slice of sourdough wholemeal bread, and a cup of chamomile or fennel tea. Or even unsweetened natural yogurt with oatmeal, chia, a sliced banana, and cinnamon. This combination delivers protein, fiber, good fats, and nutrients that awaken metabolism and sustain energy until lunch. At lunch, avoid the idea of just a light plate. Here is the time to replenish your muscle and antioxidant reserve. A balanced dish should have a source of protein, grilled chicken, baked fish, or hard-boiled egg, a serving of smart carbohydrate, brown rice, cooked pumpkin, or mashed sweet potatoes, legumes such as lentils or beans, and at least 2 types of vegetables steamed or sautéed in olive oil. The color on the plate indicates a variety of nutrients. The more natural, the more energy. For an afternoon snack, avoid crackers, white breads, or fit cookies. They are energy traps. Opt for something that sustains, a slice of avocado with lemon and chia, or Brazil nuts with raisins, or even a smoothie made with vegetable milk, pure cocoa, and ripe banana. All of this keeps your blood sugar stable and prevents tiredness in the late afternoon. At dinner, avoid exaggeration. A light but nutritious dish is the key to restorative sleep. A vegetable soup with shredded chicken, or a white omelet with spinach, or a warm chickpea salad with olive oil and tomato. And remember, dinner needs to end at least 2 hours before bedtime. This improves digestion, reduces heartburn, and even improves memory. And between these meals, the greatest invisible medicine of all, water. Always have a bottle nearby. Every 2 hours, take small sips. Add lemon slices, mint or cucumber slices if you want an extra flavor. Water activates the intestine, deflates the body, improves brain oxygenation, and reduces fatigue. It's the cheapest and most powerful tonic out there, and many seniors live in a state of chronic dehydration without knowing it. But even with all these tips, the biggest secret is in paying attention and listening to your own body. Eat slowly, chew well, pay attention to taste and satiety. This activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the relaxation mode, which improves digestion and makes the body better absorb each nutrient. If you feel that your day lacks energy, that you are always tired for no clear reason, or that your memory is weaker and your mood is no longer the same, look at your plate first. Food is not just food. It is one of the greatest medicines that exist, and it doesn't matter how old you are. It is always possible to start over. Every meal is a chance to tell your body, I care about you. So, before you think about expensive supplements, magic formulas, or energy medications, adjust the basics. Correct what seems small, but which as a whole is powerful. Less ultra-processed, more real food. Less fear of protein, more preserved muscle. Fewer sugar spikes, more mood stability. Less dehydration, more lucidity and disposition. Less distraction when eating, more awareness and gratitude. Eating well is not an imposition. It is a gesture of love for oneself. And when you take care of your energy, you take care of your independence, your memory, your ability to enjoy life with more lightness, more joy, and more quality time. Because you're not getting old. You're buying time to live smarter. Did you like the content? So don't forget to like the video. This helps spread quality information. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new tips. Activate the bell to receive alerts for new videos on health and vitality, and comment below. Which of these mistakes will you correct today?